Live streaming is on.
Greetings and welcome to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for watching Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. And if you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of that so you can be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunt Hangar Forum member to find the link to attend the after party. Here at Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you are not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. You must place a space between your real first and last name, or Sparky, the proprietor of Stunt Hangar, will not approve you. Pardon me. I'll do now. If you are just watching this because you enjoy just watching this, not necessarily coming inside, please make your questions known or comments known by using the chat box. I'll do my best to make your comments a part of the show. Now, understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient. I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comment. Now, if you find the Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts or the many building videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the videos. That helps the channel grow. Please also consider joining our YouTube channel memberships starting at $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunt Hangar. And with your memberships, you'll get special badges I can see in the YouTube chat. You get unlimited replay of member-only videos, and once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show for members only. Now, you can also use the Super Chat, which is located in the bottom of the chat box to make donations. And I believe that you have to be, this is during the live showing, not the replay. So I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. And please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words you wouldn't say around your children and grandchildren. Without any further ado, I'm going to post the link here at stunthangar.com. Posted. There we go. And let me see here what we got going on in the live stream. We have, Dan Winship is already there. Thanks, Dan. You're on it. Thanks for coming in. And let me, someone's knocking at the door here. Let me allow this person in. See who this is. Hey, Phil.
Hey, how are you, Charles?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Doing great. Got my like in.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the rest of you need to get with it and come on in and hit the button.
Yes. Yeah, please do that. Hit the button. Yeah. So what you been up to?
Trying to finish a model airplane. I try to finish the Humbug, and it has been a chore. It was built for an OS-32, and I'm trying to put an OS-25 in it. That sounds like it would be easy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm putting the 25 in it because I don't think the 32 will fit. By the time you put the custom tank in, it's a custom tank, and by the time I got the tank in it and got the everything done, trying to get the cowl on it with a 32, instead of having two pins in the front that catch and just rock it up and then two 440s in the back, I would have to cut these pins off and put a screw in the front and put it in just straight in and put it on three 440s or whatever, because there's just no room to get it in the other way. The 25 is a slim little round cylinder, but a 32 is, the fins are very square.
Oh, okay.
And, I didn't realize it was going to be such a headache. It was built for the 32. At one time, the 32 fit, but I don't think I had those front pins in there at the time. And now it just fit and did. and not even close.
Oh no. So
It's a pain, but it kind of messed me up when I did that. I said, I just don't want to cut this thing and redo it. So I'm going to try it with a 25, and it's a 25 FSR. And if it'll pull it, I know it's going to be high RPM and all that rot, but if it'll pull it on 0 nitro, that's what's going to be in it. And if not, then I'll put the 32 in it and run it on nitro. Because it's already the 32 is a Randy built motor.
Okay.
That I bought way back when, and the 25 is a stock FSR that was in a RC plane, and it was a plane I had a 35 in and pulled a 35 out and put the 25 in, and it had more power with a 25 than it ever had with that 35. So I don't know anymore. I'm getting confused with some of this stuff. But
some of these motors are very powerful, even though they're smaller than the larger, older style motor.
Yeah, I put a 25 FP in a Barnstormer years ago, and I told the guys, I believe it flew better than it did with a Fox 35, and the guys, everybody thought I had lost my cotton picking mind. Now what's everybody putting in the darn things? 25s. Yeah. You go to the field, there's 12 of us. You don't see a Fox, but you see a bunch of OSFPs, 25s and 25s and 46s. It's weird, but anyway.
I don't have Peter. 25 FPs. I have a 25 LAs. Actually, I have like 3 or 4 LAs that are 25s, but I don't know which one's more powerful, the FP 25 or the LA 25. I don't know.
It's the FP is strongest, then the LA, and then the Brodak.
Okay.
In that order, and that I've flown them all. I have them all flying. Well, Buddy Barbie has a 25. I have 2 25 Brodaks, but I have not flown one yet. But I have seen buddies fly, and I've seen, Kermit's airplane, Kermit's Ringmaster fly with a 25, and it does well. But I don't know. They're great motors. They all seem to run real good. I just, it's whatever you get used to, like everything else.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Gary Sinclair, and he said he'd be here in a minute, and I guess that minute has passed.
Gary.
Howdy.
He's frozen.
Frozen.
No, we just don't see you. We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me?
No, I can't see
frozen. Thank you. I got this today. How much do I owe you?
Nothing.
Well, I mean, the shipping on the thing's $5.
Yeah, I know.
Great day.
Yeah, because you had the case. Mm-hmm.
That is neat. I appreciate that. That's really nice.
What is April 1st look like? I'll make you big. I'm just curious. I don't have mine yet. Mine might be in the mailbox.
It's Trey.
Can you take it out of the case? The glare is.
It's Trayan. He's holding the.
The
name of the airplane.
You know how to do that. Fold it back, and it has to stand up, and then you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It says Trayan demonstrates Hangouts simple design scheme for keep it simple. That's simple design scheme. Okay. But that's it. It's when he was on with the. I forgot the name of the airplane.
Yeah, I think it's a Prowler.
Prowler, that's it.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
I have the plans to the RD1, but I don't have the Prowler. So I thought I had both, but I can't.
I can help you with that.
Okay, I probably loaned it to somebody and not got them back. I'm bad
about that.
Hey guys.
Walter.
Hey, Peter. Thanks for coming in, and hi, Walter. Thanks for coming in, Walter, and thank you, Gary. I saw your message. You'll be here in a minute, and then by the time I said that, you're here. So you're fast, man. You're on it. And Dan Winship's already here. He says Good Friday, and I agree, Dan. Good Friday. And then Tom Ramel, he says, I gave Charles my like. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. I appreciate when you guys give me likes, even though you know me. That's awesome. And
I gave you a like before I got in.
Me too.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so we're at 6 viewers and 5 likes. We're knocking out the park. I appreciate the start. And if you are watching this as a replay, please hit the likes. I'm not gonna say this is gonna happen all the time, but I did look at our past, and we had a video that had 1,200 views and only 21 likes, which I think was the original 21 likes from the live stream. So if you're watching the replay, just hit the thumbs up or the like button. We really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell and get all notifications so that if Sparky or myself comes on, you'll know that we're on. And so please do that. And Mike Lonky says, me likey.
You like it, Mikey?
Lonky.
Thank you,
Pretty
Mike.
good.
I appreciate that very much.
How are you, Mike?
Hey, I'd like to say thank you to Gary. Thank you very, very much. It's really nice.
He does a good job.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was professionally done.
Oh, what was? He just doesn't charge you.
Did you,
Okay.
Walter? Did you by any chance get my email or message?
4.
I just sent you a message. You said to send you a text, so I sent you a text. Just I ask you if you hear of anybody with a Colossus kit that would part with it, I would like to get with them. And
Okay.
do you know anything about? I know you talked to Les McDonald. Do you know anything about the final stiletto? It's what I call it. I don't know what the proper name is, so I call it the final
So Stiletto
stiletto.
660, and
No, there's one after that.
there
one
was a
after-
Stiletto 700,
Yeah,
but that wasn't the final one. The final one, I had it pictured, I believe, on my website. It's got these little flares off the wing. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, there was only one of those. That one's I-beam. That's the one he flew in Winston-Salem. It's a beautiful airplane, I'm telling you.
Okay, well,
But
Randy
the
owns
final,
that
the
now.
final one is the one. It's red, white, and blue naturally, but it has a silver stripe that comes off the lead edge of the wing at the root, and it comes back through stiletto and through his AMA number. If
You know,
look
I
at the
didn't know
picture,
he had one that was red, white, and blue.
all of his planes were red, white, and blue.
The Stiletto?
Yeah, the 660 was red, white, and blue. What'd you think it was? Black?
Are you
It's dark
including
blue.
trim? It's actually a very dark blue.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
super
white.
dark blue, but the plane's white with dark blue, super
And
dark
red.
blue trim, and then gold and red, if I'm correct.
I don't remember any gold. I remember a silver band that comes back through the stripes.
Okay.
I've got a bunch of.
Maybe it is silver. Maybe
Yeah.
it is silver.
But that's the one I'm looking for. The trailing edge slants forward. It's not got a straight trailing edge. It slants forward 3/4 of an inch. Is what I've been told, but I don't know. So I'm trying to find out what. I'm trying to find out. Somebody told me there's a set of plans to it out there, and I want to find the plans because I want to build one of those. I have a 660, and I'd like to have that last version because it's the last plane that Les flew. He flew at the World Championships, won the World Championships, and retired. He had flown it at the Nationals a few weeks before, and then he flew it at the at the Worlds. And when he flew his last flight at the Worlds, he retired. Has not flown a control line airplane since, and that's from Les himself.
Okay. You need his phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
I'll call you later and you message me.
I was going to just give you a message. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, hey, that's fine. I'll call you and get it, but
okay,
not out over the line because everybody be calling him.
I also have some news to answer your question. It's more the question you already asked me, instead of it being an answer, I actually have news regarding that.
Okay, what you got?
I looked through a couple of my old phones and was able to get them turned on so I can look for a phone number. And I found a bunch of phone numbers and called them. And I actually reached Jim Snelson, and he gave me permission to kit the Colossus again.
Good deal.
Wow,
Good
fantastic.
deal. Put me down for one, please.
So he basically said I offered to buy it back. I offered to give him money. He said, nope, just remember I own the files. So, because I sold the files to him. Okay, that one and another one. He wanted to get into kit making, and he worked with I think it was John Miller on the on getting the those big profiles, the military, those scale-like profiles.
Yeah.
Don Hutchinson,
Yeah.
and he actually worked with making a kit of the Dauntless,
Ooh.
and he made, I think, 2 samples, and then
Gave
life
up.
took him in a whole nother direction.
Life does that.
That
And
does,
I now that I found an old number for him that actually works, if you wanted one of those, I could. I have the files for it. Well,
I would
at
love
least
to
I
have
have
one.
the plan for it
I'd love
in
to have one.
AutoCAD, and I'm
Please
not
make
looking to take his stuff and do it, but
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Hutchinson stuff that I can do rib sets for.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I tell you
One of
what,
the
if you do
guys
a
in our
Colossus,
club.
put me down for one.
Okay, well, we'll make it official later. I have to figure out a price for it
Okay.
because it's definitely going to be steep.
Oh, yeah.
Problem is when I made that kit, I used all 48-inch wood, cut it down, because the bodies are big and everything else.
Yeah.
And
The whole airplane's big. It's just
Huh?
narrow. The whole airplane's big. It's just narrow.
yeah, well, 48-inch blocks and planks.
Yeah.
They're super duper expensive now. So I'm thinking I have to cut those down and let them join it,
Mhm.
and I'm not into doing that. I want strength where I can make it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk more.
Okay. Sounds good.
I've already started piddling around with the plans.
Good deal. Well, your plans were great before. I've got to
You
see
wanna
your
see-
plans, and they're great.
Did you ever see them?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Colossus plan?
Yes, sir. I've seen them.
Okay.
I had like I say, I had a friend that had the kit. I tried to buy a kit, and he beat me to it. And
There was one just for sale.
well, I missed it. I would have bought it.
The guy wanted $415.
Oh, good Lord. I couldn't afford that. That's too much even for me. But and
Well-
I'm crazy when I want something, but that's more than I can afford right now. But
Well, I hear you.
But that is a beautiful set of plans. I like the way you had the 51 in it, and then you showed the 61 rear exhaust up above it. And I happen to have one of those 61s I don't have a home for. I bought it as a backup for the original one, but I've never done anything with the original one. It's got, I don't know how many flights on it, over 3.
You other guys want to see what the plans look like before I?
Oh, I would love that. And let me say hi to Howard. Hey, Howard. Thanks.
Hey,
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello,
Howard.
Hi.
Here
Okay,
comes,
let
John
me.
Miller. Hang on. John Miller probably wants to see these plans. You know what John Miller does.
Oh, we're not
John
allowed to
Miller.
let him see it. You got to block him out. No.
Hey, John.
Hi,
Hey,
John.
John. How are you, buddy?
Hey guys,
Hi, John.
Good to see you.
I'm doing well, and y'all?
Doing
Good
well.
to see you as well. Who all's here? Let's see.
I had a friend
Phil's
tell me
there.
that-
Walter's
Yeah.
there.
I had a friend tell
Charles
me the
there.
other day-
Howard's there. Gary Sinclair's there. Pete's there. Who's that up there? Oh, that's Mike Lodke. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Where's
Hey,
Mike Lonky? Where's Mike Lonky?
He's in
right
the kitchen.
beside you.
He's in the
Right
kitchen.
beside you in the picture. He's dead
Walter,
center. He did
well,
center mine.
he's up in the right hand corner of mine. Hi,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has his mic muted, Walter, so he's just listening to us. Here he comes.
I'll be there when I finish my chores, guys.
Oh, that's Mike Lonky. That's right. Okay.
The chimney sweep is
How about
spoken.
that? That's cute.
When I'm done with my chores, I'll join in. So till then,
Isn't this
okay.
your time?
I'm sorry.
Isn't this your time?
Well, I don't really have anything to add to the conversation right now, so I might as well get
Ah,
a few things
shucks.
done. You know, I'll
Okay.
join in a little bit.
Okie doke.
Take care, Michael. We'll catch you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been working a little bit on that little Ellie kit,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I found out something interesting.
What's that?
they changed it a little bit when they kitted it.
Oh shoot! I hate when they do that.
Oh, it's not much. It's just a minor thing. See, what I did is when I laid it out, because I wanted it to be able to have more area. If you were, say, for instance, it's designed for a 15. Well, it can't handle more than a certain amount of area. Okay, so the wing is the wing itself is set up on the plans for a 15 size, but it shows on there how to extend the spars, and there's 3 different, so you can change the.
Bye-bye. You going to work?
So you can change the spacing,
Okay,
so
thank
you
you.
use the same number of ribs. In other words, so you can add more area to the wing as you go up in engine size. And they just made it for the 15 size, but they show a 25 engine on it, and I'm sure it'll handle that. It's just if anybody gets one and wants to build it, I would be more than happy to send them the changes to put it back so they can make it bigger or whatever.
Well, I started twice to order that kit, and I may yet. That's just a cute little sucker.
It is.
It's just so cute.
If it flies anything like its big brother, why it'll be dynamite.
Yeah.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
I was looking through some files. Well, I got the new computer out there, and I
Right.
got the old ones that are failing. Well, it's taken me 5 days so far, and I've only gotten through one letter folder to transfer everything to a safe space. But in
Right.
there, I found an old file that you drew up. It was a plane called the Saturday Night Special.
Yeah. That's the one that I designed and sold to that friend of yours, the one that called on the
Which
phone.
never came through with anything. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's still ours.
No, he paid me for it.
He paid you for it?
Yeah.
You sure? Because he
Yeah.
he got out of the hobby.
Did he now?
Yeah.
Well, he paid me for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to change something and rename it.
Well,
Anyway,
he
I was
wanted.
just about to show them the Colossus plan.
Oh, go ahead.
This is the best set of Colossus plans you'll see, because my Colossus plans are on 5 sheets of paper. This is all on 1 sheet, and it's beautiful. He did a nice redraw on it. Somebody did.
That kit is fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want the kit, but I can't. He's talking about maybe redoing it.
Nope.
I
I'll
want
goop
one.
something up.
Oh, you got to go to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, I just did. Let's see.
Be sure and pull
Share your
little shield down.
screen. Huh?
Be sure and pull your little shield down if you're going to infinity.
Yep. All right. It's not showing my screen. Hold on.
Well, okay, here's what you got to do at this point, because you backed out of that.
I
You're gonna
know
have
what
to
I did. I didn't open up the plan.
Well, yeah, but you got to now back all the way back out and come back in to kind of reset it, because you can open up the plan and you won't be able to open it up in a little pull
So
down.
you want me to get off the air and then come back in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right.
Wow. He don't play around.
It was quick.
He don't mess around when he makes his mind up.
No.
Yeah. I think I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to get to where you build the Pathfinder LE.
Well, that's going to be a bit. I thought I could.
All right, I'm sorry, guys.
That's all
I
right.
thought I could finish the humbug in just a couple of days. It's now on the 4th week, and I'm waiting. The paint's supposed to be here tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm not making any predictions as to when it'll be, but that one is definitely it's laying against my workbench. That one is kind
Oh,
of
good.
That is pretty.
yeah.
Hey,
look
who
at the
drew
top.
that for you? Who drew that for you,
Pat,
Walter.
and that's the wing.
Pat Johnson?
Yeah.
He does good work.
It's all right.
Look at the fuselage again, and look at the upper left hand corner.
Right here.
Yeah, look at the upper left hand corner. That's a double star 61 rear exhaust shoehorned in that thing, and that's what, when I saw that, I said, oh, I got to build it, because I saw Gordon's plane fly with a 51 at the Nats and fell in love with the airplane. But then I thought, that airplane with just a little more horsepower, that could really be killer.
It was pretty killer with that 51 in it, though. That
well,
Super
it is
Tractor
with Gordon.
51.
It is with Gordon flying it, but I mean, you could put a Fox 35 in it, and Gordon could fly it.
Yeah.
Wow. I have a double star 61.
Well, this thing's a monster. Serious.
It's a big airplane.
What's the wingspan?
About
60-inch span.
60, okay.
Just under 700 square.
Wow, it's a big plane.
Yeah.
Is that the official airfoil?
That is, as far as I know, Jim Tiki signed the labels.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
an I-beamer, so.
This was, in fact, on this model, my kit was, in fact, approved by Jim Tiki. Okay. My original labels were sent to his house. Okay. He looked at the plans. Everything was approved by him. And then when everything was all said and done, I sent him a packet of box kit labels, and he signed the labels.
Wow.
And everybody that got a kit in that very first and only offering actually got an actual signed, not a digital signature. This was his signature with a pen, and he had gotten a kit and was really impressed with it. And
Well, Walter, that was one of the best kits you put out. One of the top 5.
I really try. You of all people know how much I try.
Yes,
I could sit here and say that, yeah, I try, and then get off the air, and you could say, yeah, he don't do jack. but I've said this to John 1,000 times if I said it once. It doesn't matter what I do. If his work is not right, then my work's not going to be right.
Right.
Okay. And when someone calls up and complains, they're not going to complain to him. They're going to complain to me. So we've had countless conversations about plans, and I've probably pushed him to his brink at times. I just don't like saying enough is enough. And I'm not sitting here BSing you guys. That's how I really am.
No, that's how he is.
That's good.
I have a question. The Colossus is classic legal?
Classic.
It's classic.
It's classic.
And you can actually use it in Nostalgia 30, but you cannot use it in both.
All right.
I guess they don't let you use one plane in 2 events, or they don't run the 2 events together.
Now, is that plane as competitive in Pampa like the Shark 45 is?
Oh, yeah.
Better than the Shark 45. Oh, God. Memory fart, brain fart. What's his name? Gordon Delaney. It's Gordon Delaney.
Gordon won classic at the Nats. Was it 3 times, Phil?
I think it was 3 times. But Gordon, keep in mind, Gordon could fly a brick. Gordon is amazing.
Gordon's pretty good.
But that airplane looked as precision as any of the piped airplanes that I saw that year. I only got to see it 1 year. I know he won at least twice, and I think it was 3 times. But I got to see it 1 year, and it was windy, it was nasty, it was turbulent, and Gordon went through it like it wasn't there. That plane is amazing. And Gordon, well, maybe it's just Gordon it's amazing, but it was really nice. I mean, we were catching lawn chairs and crap to keep them from blowing in the parking lot. And Gordon's putting up a pattern and looked like it was 5 miles an hour and gorgeous, you know. He's something else. And that's with a 51 in it. With a 60, it'd be even better.
With a rear exhaust 60.
Yes, sir. That one that's on the plans, the double star that's on the plans.
Right.
I have two of those. One of them's going in that plane.
Or a stalker.
Yeah. Well, stalker would be great in it too. The stalker's another nice light package. It's powerful and light, and it'll run on zero nitro. That might be even a better choice, honestly. But it's just a beautiful airplane. When Gordon took it out of his van, I just, wow, what the heck is that? I never heard of it. And I went over and looked at it, and it's a striking airplane.
Yeah.
He did it in yellow and burgundy, I think. Yellow with burgundy trim.
He did it in the same color scheme and colors that Jim Tickey's original was.
Yeah, I wish I'd
Jim Tickey had a blue one, John.
He had a blue one. This first one was cream and
it's cream?
Yeah.
I think Gordon's was cream, but
so was Jim Tickey. There's a picture. You had it in that packet of stuff that you showed last week on the Colossus of a young Jim Tickey standing there holding his original Colossus.
Was that a tan one?
That was cream, like Diana cream and
it's Diana cream and burgundy. Is what the original is according to the notes over here.
Okay.
And it was pretty.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun to build.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm looking at it as my first kit that I want to build after about 40 years of building nothing but scratch builds. So I'm waiting. I was going to build a chipmunk, and then I didn't get the chipmunk. So then I decided to look for the Colossus, and now I've gotten obsessed with the darn Colossus. So
yeah, you and a couple other people.
Good.
Add me to the list. I didn't know that beautiful plane.
It's a gorgeous airplane, and it just flies in the air. It's like watching a Cobra. If you've ever seen an original Cobra fly, there's just something about the way those planes fly. I don't know what it is, but you just stand there. I mean, I was busy. I was doing something else at a contest, and all of a sudden he took off with that thing, and I just stood there for the whole 5.5 minutes and watched this thing fly. I don't know. It's an amazing airplane, and it sounds good too. It's beautiful. Of course, anything Gordon flies, you're going to stop and watch because he's so precision, it's sickening. He don't make many mistakes.
When he does, he ruins his airplane.
Yeah, when Gordon makes a mistake, he makes a big one. I saw a big, beautiful semi-scale job go splat, and I wondered what happened, but I still don't. The wind got it, but man, I'm telling you.
You talking about that KI-61, the Tony?
That's it.
He had a control failure. What happened?
Yeah. I wondered what happened because I mean, when it went in, it went in. It really, there was no doubt. But
it didn't really damage the wing much at all. It damaged the nose.
Yeah.
You know?
I went to the hotel room and took pictures of. Well, I didn't take pictures. Anyway, I went to his hotel room to look at the Colossus, and he didn't tell me that he'd brought that thing. And I went over and looked at that one, and I said, "Good gosh!" I mean, I think of him as building Pathfinders and combat jobs because that's what I grew up reading about him doing. And then all of a sudden, he's got this gorgeous Colossus, and then this semi-scale. That is not what Gordon Delaney's known for, but it should be. He has done some really beautiful airplanes. The old boy can build, and he can fly. And how are you, sir? Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you guys.
Oh, me. But he's an interesting fella. Gordon's a good one.
John and Phil, do you guys know Gordon personally? I mean, I've spoken to him about 3 or 4 times over the years, but I haven't invited him in. I keep forgetting to ask him if he'll come in.
Gordon Delaney?
I
Yeah.
have met him many times, but he wouldn't know me from Adam's house cat. But I have met Gordon, and I would know Gordon if I saw him in a crowd. Yes, he's an unforgettable character. Honestly, if you talk to him for 5 minutes, you will remember Gordon. He is a wealth of knowledge.
You can ask him, Charles. He doesn't do a lot on the computer, so he might be a little reticent.
I don't either.
But don't get me wrong.
I don't either. This is the most I do on a computer.
Well, I appreciate you, Phil, because when I invite some people, that's the thing I get as far as an objection is that, well, they're not really into the computer, they don't know how to use it, and they need a webcam and they don't have one, or things like that, or they just, not everybody is social. Also, some people just enjoy the hobby, and they might go to a contest, and they're cordial, they're nice to people, but they're not really social.
Well,
Yeah.
Gordon's a good guy. You can't meet much of a better guy. And
No, he's a great guy.
He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. But he's
Phil, what's your last name, Phil?
Bailey, Bailey.
Oh, you are. You're the one that texted me.
Yeah.
Yes, I did get your text.
Yeah, I have 3 of your kits now that I'm waiting to build, and I want to add 2 more, the Chipmunk and the Colossus. But I have a buddy that says he has a Chipmunk that can be had, so I'm going to make a trade.
I can make the Chipmunk. I got a wooden wing for it now. Built up wing. Let me show you. Let me show you the cowling on this thing.
Show me.
Yeah.
Chipmunk's a beautiful airplane. Tom Dixon is flying one with a double star 54 in it. I think he's been second at the Nationals about 5 times with it.
Yeah, I actually launched him at the Nationals a couple years ago. Wow, look at that nose.
That is pretty.
Can you see it?
What is that?
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
What is that too, Walt? That don't look like a chipmunk. That looks like a Colossus.
That's the Colossus.
Wow, that is pretty. That is gorgeous. Who built that?
I built it.
And that's colored.
Lord.
That's the prototype. Notice the plywood ring around the front
Right.
of the opening.
Yeah.
I got a kick last week. Bob Hunt was showing you guys that.
Yeah.
I actually laser cut them for my kits.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
You want to see the inside of my sloppy building?
Walter, I've seen your building. You don't have any sloppy building.
This is the inside of the wing. Can you see the inside of the wing?
No, sir. We're still looking at the cowling.
I still see the cow.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
I could look at this for a while. That's beautiful.
Nice.
Day.
That's carved too, right?
Yeah, that's carved.
That's the block. Yeah, I carved that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Walter, for a dirty old man, you do some beautiful work.
Very nice. Really.
Yeah.
Thank you. Trying to figure out how to get back. Okay, so now let me close that. Okay, here's the inside of the wing.
Walt, when you do a kit to that thing, do you do the spar? Is a spar ready to be built?
Oh wow! Look at that!
Wow, that's I-beam.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That Colossus is definitely I-beam, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I may have to call you.
I laser cut the spar,
Okay.
and the whole entire kit is laser cut. Okay,
That is gorgeous.
and that's all glued together.
Yeah, of course.
I have a USA one downstairs that I cut the spar before I knew how to cut spars, and the wing is built. And you look down the spar with it in the wing now, and it's got an S in it.
In the future, what? Really?
Yeah, once it was in there. The secret I did not know is anytime you touch the top of that spar with a piece of sandpaper, you touch the bottom of it too, and it won't twist. But you touch one side and don't touch the other, and it will twist.
Is that my kit?
No. It's a USA one that I did. But I didn't
Okay,
know
because
about-
I made a
I
USA one kit.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. If I'd known that, I thought sure. That was a pain. But anyway, it's a gorgeous airplane, but it's got an S curve. It doesn't go up and down now. It's not. It's leading edge, trailing edge, and spar. The spar does this.
Yeah, bowed that way.
And it wasn't like that when I built it. It was straight as an air shaft when I built it. And it twisted, and I just almost didn't finish the airplane. I said, what the heck? I put it on the wall, and it hung there for probably a year or two. And I finally got it down and looked down the ribs, and the ribs are straight, and there's no bow in the leading edge. There's no bow in the trailing edge. How the heck did it do that and didn't bow somewhere? But anyway, I put it together. And it's a good looking airplane. I have not flown it yet. It's one of the 9 downstairs that need paint. And I've been 4 weeks trying to finish a humbug that's covered in Econocoat and then paint over the Econocoat. And I can't seem to get it finished. So, man. But it's going to be a pretty little thing when I finish it. It'll be I'll show you guys if I ever finish it. I'll bring it up here and show it to you. Go ahead, Charles.
No, Peter. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, Phil.
Yes,
Hold
sir.
on a second. Sure. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, sir. That's an early one.
That's number 11. I don't know how many.
If you see the pictures of at the Nationals the last year that he flew, which was 78.
Yeah, that's 78. That's the one that's on the.
That's not
the one that's on
it.
there.
That's not it. It's just got the blue at the leading edge, and the stiletto and the number are in silver. It's a little further back on the wing, and it's got a silver stripe through it. It's a beautiful plane. Now that's Les Holden. Let me see if I've got a picture here. Wait a minute.
Well, anyway, there's a whole series of the whole stiletto history on Stunt News. This one is January 2010. This is installment number 3.
I've seen that airplane live, and it was a beautiful plane. But that one is one of the early Stan Powell engine planes, I think. Yeah, it's got Stan Powell motor. That's one of the early Stan Powell ones. And the one I'm looking for is the last airplane he flew. It's the very last airplane Les flew because he won it the Worlds and retired. I'll find it here in a second. I know I've got it in here.
Maybe it's in the next. Maybe it's in the next installment, which would be. All right,
here it is, okay. Right here.
Just have to dig through Stunt News. I'm sure it's up there somewhere.
Can you see that?
Hold on. Let me stop sharing. There we go.
Can you see that? I don't know.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Okay.
I got such a darn glare. I don't know how to get rid of the glare. But anyway.
Okay.
Well, I can't see it, but maybe I can. There it is.
Right there. Right there.
Right there. See right there.
Yeah.
It's got a silver stripe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Stiletto. That is the last plane that he flew, and that is the stiletto I'm looking for. If you look at it real close, you'll see.
That's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Well, if you look at it real close, you'll see that the trailing edge is not straight. I got to get the angle right again now.
Okay.
Well, anyway. Okay, light in here is horrible, but I got a great big light over top of it.
So it'd be January 2010, maybe.
Right there.
That is just after his last flight. He's on the way to the car. He is there retired. But anyway, that's the last stiletto, and that's the one I want.
All right, so okay, log in.
I don't know whether that's it's not a 660, it's something else. But it has when they wrote it up in the book, it's 18%. I've forgotten what the percentage is at the root, but it's a different percentage at the tip. And I couldn't figure out what it was. So I asked Les at the Nationals, I said, how did you do that? And he said, I had my own idea. And what it turns out to be, because Les and I got interrupted, and I never did get to get back with him, but what someone else told me, and it was someone that I hope was telling me the truth, because he's someone that should know.
All right, let's see.
He
That's
said
probably,
that's
probably in this 154.
He said that Les, the trailing edge goes forward, and the root size is the same. Thereby, it's thicker. The percentage height to width is thicker. So, what question? My daughter's giving me a hard time.
Well, I have a question in the chat box. It's by Crystal Bailey. Is that any relation? Okay, she says, what is the drying time for Spray Max aerosol acrylic clear out? I mean, clear coat, excuse me.
I don't know. I don't have it yet.
Well, maybe our illustrious panel might know. Anybody know what the dry time for the Spray Max aerosol acrylic clear coat is?
Never used it.
Hey, Denny.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Denny.
Evening, everybody.
Hi, Denny.
Good evening.
Denny.
I'm supposed to have, that's the paint. My daughter's giving me a hard time. Daughters, they're in for Easter. My daughters are giving me a hard time. But that is the paint Tommy uses over dope it's automotive clear. And he puts that over the back to the high point of the wing to keep anything above 5%. You know, it'll turn dope white or it'll just flat strip it.
Yeah.
Well, he uses this on his planes to keep it from doing that, and he says it works. So I bought a can of it. Anything Tommy's that high on, I'm willing to try. So I'm gonna put it on the humbug and see what happens.
Yeah, when you get it, let me see what it looks like, so I recognize it if I need to buy some.
I'll try it. I'll show you. If it works, I'll show you. If it don't, I'll hide it.
Well, the good news is you'll know exactly how long it takes to dry too, won't you?
Yeah, I should know, because it's. I'm telling you what, this has been an odyssey. I'm telling you, this has been a genuine odyssey trying to get this airplane finished. And Denny, you were right. The darn thing, whether it ends up being a dog or a really good one, it has turned out so cute that I just really want this one to be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was started to be a quick throw together, just something to go out there and fly with. And oh man, I should have known better, because now the things that I took it easy on and didn't do exactly the best job I could have done.
Ooh.
Every time I look at the airplane, I say, "Oh gosh, what's that booger doing on there?" But anyway.
It's it's funny. It's not going to be a dog. All right, now may not be what you like, may not be different. It may not be your cup of tea, but it's not going to be a dog.
Well, I guarantee you one thing: it's got some new things on it. I tried for gear doors. We have all these credit cards and debit cards and cards that we get from when we go off for the weekend, and you have a card for the weekend for, you charge everything on your card and you pay it off when you leave on cruises and stuff. And you keep the cards. Well, what do you do with all these stinking plastic cards? I make gear doors out of them. I spread epoxy with them. I make them gear doors out of them and all that stuff. Well, this one's the first one I've actually made gear doors out of. So I'm going to try and see what happens.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, if it don't work, I'll peel them off and build them out of plywood and balsa like I've always done before.
I got a build question. If
sure, Mark.
First, this profile mobile I'm putting together. That's the first airplane I put together with flaps. So basically, I have no idea what I'm doing. And will this horn work? This is what come in the kit.
Mm-hmm.
Will that horn work as a flap horn?
Sure will.
I'm reading it out now. Okay. So, and I assume the flap horn has to be pretty close to the trailing edge of the wing.
Hold that back up again. You see those holes?
Yeah.
See, line them up with your hinge line.
Gotcha. That's
what I was going to say.
Because I was, like I say, I have no idea what I'm doing. I was kind of placing it on there a while ago, and I figured, well, I'm going to have to cut the whole sheeting off my wing so that. Okay.
On
beautiful.
my old CAD guy, Bob Kruger, what he used to do on some of the plans he drew, he would take a right and a left nylon horn and bolt them together. And then you would put and the result is you have a stronger nylon horn.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The only thing is you can't use a clevis.
Yeah,
right.
I'm
using a ball link and well, here we go.
A bolt, right? Ball link with a bolt.
Yeah. Can I simply, as far as that's a great hand.
It's a larger bolt. That's all.
No, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can do that. But as far as where they go, yeah. Let's say this is coming from my bell crank. Yeah.
Put it to the top.
Couple.
Uh-oh.
Jeez, what the hell is that?
Okay, and then the one to the elevator will go, I guess, 2 holes down, basically.
2 holes down.
Yep.
Okay.
And you might
Actually,
want to put it on the other side.
I'm going to offer up a different opinion. I think I've shown some of this before too. The ball links tend to get, if you start putting them over and under and stuff like that, sometimes they get kind of interfering with each other or interfering with the nut or something like that. Mm-hmm. I have come to put them both on the same hole. Okay.
Really?
One bolt to take them both, and then of course you use the same height on the elevator end, and you'll end up with the correct control ratio then. But it just stacks up a lot easier for me on most airplanes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And these brass spacers, I guess if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Standoffs. They're called
Standoffs. Put that on each side of the horn.
Okay, the horn or the the ball link?
On each side of the horn. The horn, a spacer, the ball link.
Gotcha.
Put it through, and then you put a spacer and the other ball link and
gotcha.
bolt or nut.
Gotcha.
Be sure and use a washer on the outer to kind of capture it in case the ball link fails. It won't be able to get off.
Yeah,
you'll be able to save your airplane
because they've been known to fail.
Okay. Yeah.
Pete's wanting to speak, y'all.
Not really. They're not joking.
Hold on.
So while you do that, Peter, let me say something. Alexander III, he says, "Hi everyone, greetings from Scotland." Hey Alexander, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. And I think you are
hear from you.
You are a YouTube membership. So member, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And same is true with Gary Sinclair as well. Is that what you want?
That's the plane I want right there. Look at the trailing edge.
Yeah, that's number 12, and it's in Stunt News, May of 2010. Let me drop. I got it.
Is that the one with the middle finger on the rudder? He's got one with a little middle finger on the rudder.
I don't know. It may be. I know that's the final airplane. That's what it said in the caption there. Leaves the field for the final time. And that was the one when I talked to Les. I told him that's the airplane I want the plans to. And he chuckled. He said they're out there, but I don't know who's got them.
Nobody's kidded it.
No. Nobody has kidded that one. But that's the one I want. I want the plans to it. I'll scratch build it if I have to. But that's
I don't know of any plans for it.
See the wheel pants on it, and it does not have the stringers coming off the trailing edge and all that the one that everybody thinks is the famous one did. But that right there is the last one, and that's the reason I want that one.
Right.
But there it is, 12. That's 11 and 12 right there. Now, I don't have that picture. Hold it up just a second. I got it. I got it now. But that's cool. And that thing, as big as it is, had a 40 on it. It does have the stringers on it. Look at it. It does have the stringers. 6 inches forward of the leading edge and hanging, but that is the one with the stringers. So I have seen that airplane. That was it. They had that in
Right.
Winston-Salem, and I didn't
Randy
realize that
Smith
was it.
owns the last plane.
Ah, well, I have to go see Brother Randy then.
Check your text. I sent you a message.
Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Walter.
Because I actually helped Les sell that airplane.
Well, I tell you what, that's one I hope they don't try to fly, because that old Zap does not hold up real well to vibrations after a few years. I found that out the hard way. He built with Zap, and that stuff gets crystalline, and then just kind of, it's just like it's not there anymore. So you've got an airplane that's beautiful, but it's not glued together anymore. It'll
Right.
fall apart. So that airplane belongs in a museum. It's a beautiful plane, but all the Les's stuff was gorgeous. He came to Winston-Salem one year with, he and Vince Slazenger came. Vince had they both had Stiletto 660s, and this is far enough back. Les's plane still had a Super Tiger 46 in it. And Vince's plane also had a 46, but Vince's plane was brown, and I've got pictures, color pictures of it upstairs, but it was brown and something. It was too tan. I think it was tan and brown, but it was a dark tan. It almost looked brown and trimmed in brown or something. But everybody thought Les's airplane was going to win the concours. Vince's plane won the concours. That Stiletto Vince brought here was gorgeous. And that man was a roofer by trade. But he could sure build a beautiful model. He wasn't a bad pilot either. He was at Flew Advanced class, but he was a very good pilot. But he sure built a pretty plane. Ronnie Farmer built a beautiful, y'all probably know him as a judge, because he's never flown that many nationals that I know of, but he's judged a bunch of them. Ronnie can solid build an airplane, and he finishes them gorgeous. He's a heck of a builder and finisher, but he never really flew that much that I know of.
Right.
Walt, you had a Stiletto 35 that was beautiful at one time. I remember seeing it covered in Monaco.
That's actually the one. Are you talking about the one on my website? The rainbow colored one?
Well, it may have been. All I can remember is that it was gorgeous. I remember you brought it to Huntersville.
Yep. It was all Monaco, the whole airplane.
Yeah, it was.
And it had, I think, 7 different colors, Monaco.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I kept thinking the man must be a masochist. He's got to be a masochist.
And there wasn't a wrinkle on it.
No, there wasn't. It was gorgeous.
You have a picture of it, Walter?
It's actually the banner on my website, but my website, hold on a minute. My website's down right now, but
I noticed that. I was trying to find it.
You know, my website's down because there was a couple of hold on a minute. Let's see if I can get it to stop.
You're not on the chat room?
Yeah, I'm on the chat room. I don't know how to get it to stop.
The beauty is
I don't have a picture of it.
Okay. The beauty of it is you can find Walter through, if you want to send him a text, you can get him through Built Right, Fly Right, or you can get him through just Walter Umlin. You can get him to come up. It works very well.
I got a question for Dennis.
Good. I got one of you. You go first.
Uh-oh.
There's been some sudden interest in the Kel.
Yes.
And I noticed you posted some pictures and you widened yours and you made it a whole big electric nose. Looks really cool. How did that fly? I don't recall ever speaking other than you were happy with the kit.
I thought I mentioned, it flies extremely well. I mean, it's a darn good design. It was a fabulous kit and everything like that. The reason I wanted to talk to you is that I tried sending you some high-res pictures of it, and I think I still have your Florida email, Addie. So I just sent you a PM here while we were on the side. If you get around to it, could you send me a good Addy for you, and I'll attach these pictures for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's just my webmail.
Okay, whatever that is.
I'll give that to you in a second.
Okay, hang on just a second here.
What's that?
You just said hang on.
Where'd he go? Oh, I see him.
There it is.
There it is.
I like the way you did
pretty.
the canopy.
Wow.
What is it?
Oh man, my camera's got not very good on this. Not for showing.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty dang good from here. Hold it up higher.
That again, Mr. Cow.
But it's got all the right parts. You know, the Miss Cal had one of the first airplanes had a cool little droop tail on it and everything like that. And I know a lot of people have built them with flat tails and stuff, and that's like sacrilege. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is
Well,
nice.
I offered a kit both ways.
Well, that's it. It's like, no, don't do that. You know?
I know.
Now, who's the
By the way,
I'm the designer, basically. I stole the cow, and well, I didn't steal it. I called up Whiteley and said, "Can I kit your plane?" And he said, "Well, RSM kits it." I said, "Can I make a profile?" And he said, "As long as you don't keep the name the way it is, just Kel." So I call it the profile Kel.
Mm-hmm.
That's the actual name.
Profile.
But you put a canopy on it too. You put a canopy on it as well.
I did. And there is, all right, the fuselage is a little wider. It's about an inch wide up here. And I had a canopy that I actually kind of messed up because I put it in really, really hot water to dye it with red dye. And the water was so hot that it shrunk the canopy. Right? And it was like a little, like a little high live mallet or something like that. And so this is the head of a Williams brother sportsman pilot. And I glued it in there. You notice the man has absolutely no shoulders, right?
Yeah.
And, he's skinny. He's skinny, his legs, there's room for his legs and stuff like that. But,
He's a
it was one of those things. If you're gonna make a profile, I'm gonna make a profile like nobody else has got,
So to be clear, that is a modified profile.
Yeah.
My kit is just a half-inch fuselage.
But I was
Plus
able to
the
do some
double.
cool things like there's the ESC and the timer. And the motor wires run down down into the fuselage. They're actually right here. The black wires in the black hole, they're hidden pretty well. And then they go to the ESC, so it's a profile, but it doesn't look like a spaghetti factory, right? That's one of the knocks on electric profiles is that, it's hard to do a nice job with all the wires and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't make any extra stuff.
Yeah. And then I did one other change on it that somebody on the thing was asking about. This 3 screws here. This is a removable wing, and it's really just like what I showed last week with the built-up airplanes. This bolt goes through a tube. The bell crank is mounted on a tubing, and this bolt goes through that tubing. And
so you basically bush the bell crank.
So the bell crank is,
bush.
is on a bolt, and then the bolt in the middle of the wing helps tie it all together. Because again, there's virtually no fuselage above the wing on this thing, so it would be prone to flexing and bending and everything like that. But if you put one in front, one in back, and one in the middle, all of a sudden the wing is back to reinforcing the fuselage as if it was glued in. So, but yeah, I hadn't put it. I took some pictures of it for you, and I hadn't bothered to put it away yet. And it seemed to be a nice time to show it. And as I recall, Walter, this is one of the very first electric installations that you had designed. I took your stuff and, well, I modified it in the sense that I was modifying everything else on the airplane, but I took your parts and just reoriented them.
Yeah, the very first one I did.
Put a side-axis battery on it, so they all have any of it. And we'll be able to do it that doesn't require a Velcro strap or anything. Somebody let a mouse
There's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, that was Steve Hines.
Okay.
I don't think it was deliberate, but something's wrong with Steve Hines, so I muted him. So hopefully he'll come back.
Yeah, it looks like he's got some issues going on there. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Denny. Sorry about that.
Well, not a problem. That's really about all I want to say, But like Walter said, I believe it's Motorman is doing a beautiful, it looks like a beautiful job on his. And I wanted, he asked the question if anybody else had one, was flying one or anything like that. And so I posted some pictures of this one. So
that is really pretty.
Yeah, I haven't flown it very much.
It is.
It's kind of a in between things, depending on the where you go. It either fits or doesn't fit the local profile rule. And I've been flying other airplanes in Tampa and stuff like that, but there's nothing really wrong with this. Oh, the other thing that I like by making the one thing that Walter does with his profiles is because half-inch balsa is terrible to laser cut. You can't get a true cut out of it. The laser actually takes off at an angle. Walter makes his fuselages with 2 layers of 1/4 inch that you glue together. Well, I saw that and they just, the light popped on. If I separated them by like another, piece of 1/4 square or something like that, you get it, 3/4 of an inch wide, which makes it stiffer and everything like that. It makes it hollow, but it also makes it a nice place to hide the push rod.
Yeah, very nice. Oh, the push rod down the center. Very cool.
I mean, it's like it. So.
You didn't lose any strength?
Pardon me? You
did not lose any strength?
Well, it didn't lose any. I think it's actually a bit stronger because it's wider. All right. Okay. It's hollow, but it's wide. It's wider than it would have been. So. Okay. And actually, I have an idea now. Next time I do it.
That is a pretty color blue. Is that monocoat or is that ultra coat?
It's just monocoat, cub yellow. The cub yellow is kind of a orange, slightly orange.
Right.
The regular yellow is almost kind of a lemony shade. So yeah, it's cub yellow and
Signia blue.
Royal blue, I think it is. So.
I see you got your official uniform on. Your Stunthangar shirt. All right.
Yeah,
I didn't want you kicking me out, Charles.
Was that again?
I didn't want you kicking me out for being underdressed.
Hey, we got the same one.
Let me see you, John. Hang on a second. All right, John. All right.
All right. Hey, great minds think alike, John.
Yes.
Oh, now that's getting scary.
What's that? I can't hear you, Phil. I can't hear you. Okay.
What color blue is that again, Denny? Okay.
Oh, well. But anyhow, yeah, Walter, I'm tickled to death that you're getting some attention on that airplane because it is a terrific design, and of course your execution on it is phenomenal. And this is an airplane that could take you anywhere from intermediate into expert. I mean, it's that good. So I don't know. What is it, about 570 squares, something like that?
I'm not sure right this second, but it's up there.
It's in that neighborhood. It's certainly a good candidate for an LA 40, 46, or heck, a Brodak 40 would fly it. Of course, mine is different, but turn a 10-inch, anything that'll turn a 10-inch prop, you're in good shape. So, all right.
Is this close, guys?
Oops. Now you're talking.
Oh my God.
Hang on, Mark. There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant about trying to put them both on the same hole. You see, there's no interferences or anything like that. And,
Right. Other than the link to the screw or the bolt, that's
Now you might want to put a washer on the outside of the ball links.
Yeah.
Okay.
On both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. There'd be under the screw head and under the nut on the other end.
Right. And you want to make sure that the ball link ball is not moving.
Yeah.
The black part moves around the ball link.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you have the ball moving, it'll wear out because the against the steel 440 bolt, it'll wear out the whole of the ball.
Gotcha.
So you want that to actually be secured and tight. It can't move. What moves is the plastic. And you want to ask me how I know?
Yeah.
Mark, you do know to mount that on the flap, put a piece of 1/64 or 1/3. I use 1/64. A lot of people say 1/16 even. Plywood down and mount that to the plywood.
I got a question.
If you just
top and bottom, right?
Yes, sir.
So you got the taper of that conical piece going to the outside. Is that the correct assembly on that?
I have the taper against the ball link.
The taper against the ball link.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The standoff is sitting flat against the horn, and then the bevel or angle of the standoff, that's what the ball link goes against that.
Yeah, that's because if you had the flat against there, it seemed like it could bind, That's a guess.
Makes it more stable too, I think.
Right.
Hey, Tryon, thanks for coming in. Sorry, couldn't. And hi, Jim. Again, thank you for coming in, Jim and Tryon. And Tryon, you are the guy of the month this month. Have you gotten your calendar yet? You're muted, Tryon.
I am the what?
You are the guy of the month. You're on the cover of the calendar. You didn't know that?
No.
For the month of April.
Yeah, you're the centerfold for the month.
Oh, jeez.
Centerfold. Sorry.
Hey, well, I guess I'm on.
I gotta go, guys.
I gotta put it on then.
You gotta go, Denny?
Yeah. Centerfold, I gotta go. I'm a clean cut sword and everything like that. No, I'm just teasing. All right.
The guy of the month.
All right.
Hey, Mark, show that again. Show that again.
Whoops. Hang on, sorry.
Okay.
Who's going to show it? Mark?
Mark.
All right. There you go, Mark.
Let me see that.
Nice. Very nice. You guys put Rusty over there first.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Now, one thing,
What?
one thing, Mark, with the way that's set up, if you use the same size horn on the elevator and on the flap, you're going to have 1-to-1 flap
The
ratio.
Prowler.
Okay.
That's funny.
Now, if for any time you want to have less flap than elevator, you need to go with a longer elevator horn or taller elevator horn.
Holler. Now, as far as if I want to slow the
Oh, no,
control,
shorter elevator horn.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. More traffic.
Okay. The other longer, John. So.
Yeah, the other side are longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
What keeps the flats from compressing on the horn?
Nothing.
They're wide enough that
Well, the flats actually can compress on the horn. This is the way I understand it. The flats can actually compress on the horn because it's the ball length that is giving you the rotation.
Okay.
Is that correct, guys?
Yeah. Okay.
That's correct.
That makes sense.
Phil, you're not sharing.
Costco.
Mark, what I want to say about those bowlings and the standoffs, you don't really have to use them unless you have to. If it's not rubbing against the control, it's just kind of straight line to us that you don't need it, you don't use it. I put mine directly by just the threading the control horn itself, and I put a knot on the opposite side. So the screw goes through the ball link center. I screw it through the threaded hole in a control link, and I put a lock knot on the other side. That's it, because I did not need any more. Those standoffs are good if you need to slide it over, put an angle, whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And actually, they work very well when you go. Actually, they're made to go from the bell crank to the flaps, where we have a steep angle.
Yeah, I definitely do on this one.
Yeah, in those cases, those particular cases, you can have the control horn rubbing against the bell crank. Okay.
Okay.
Because of the angle. Otherwise, if you don't need it, you don't use it. You just, really.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Just adds.
Hey Jim, I missed something. What did you show, Jim? I got my hands full over here, and I saw you put something down, but what was you showing us?
Well, I was showing you my email address. And everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Email.com or Gmail?
That's my email address.
All righty.
Stuntflying@gmail.com.
Yeah.
All right. The whole world knows you now.
I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get an order together from Easy Composites over in England. By the way, if you guys didn't know, if you look for Easy Composites, you can go on YouTube, and they have just a huge number of videos about doing carbon. Mold,
hey, Jim.
Sprays, everything. Yeah.
Jim, before you get going with that, how's your brother doing?
My brother is fine. In fact,
tell him I said hi.
I will. You still got that little profile chipmunk he built you?
No, actually, we sold that.
Ah, okay. Cool.
My friend that was there at the hotel the day that I got it back from you, he was like, I really want that.
I'm going to share the screen, and I did a little research on ECP and a little research on Easy Composites. So let me show you these two things. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens if we go haywire. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yeah, very good.
Okay, this is ACP Composites. And if you look at this page, this is pretty much the only carbon fiber uniweb on there, or unidirectional on their website. And if you look at the carbon down here,
yeah, that's not.
It's pretty wacky. Not only that, it's pretty expensive. It's $7.25 to $7.50, and that is for a square foot. Okay, now it does come in different weights, and we're looking for probably around 4 ounce from converting all the grams and all that stuff.
Yeah, a little under 4 ounce. Yeah, 3.7 actually.
Yep. And so then here is Easy Composites. It's 15.6 pounds, and Mike can do the math for us, but I think it's around $20. But that is for a square meter,
which is 9 square yards, 9 square feet.
No, it's 1560 a square meter.
Yes.
Which is 9 square feet.
9 square feet. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you right. Okay. So if we look at the other pictures.
The one next to it, Jim.
Okay. Yeah, the next one is better, I guess. Okay, this one will show you a little bit better. This is a double weave. Got strands going both ways. It's a unidirectional. And you just cut strips to, you know, for your fuselage or wing, whatever, that you can epoxy finish over the top. So I'm going to put some of these together. So you have to order it. You can see the prices. It's $15.60 if you order 1 to 4 of them. Then it goes to $13 if we can get 5 to 9. And if we get 10 to 99, then we're going to get it for $11.70.
That's a nice price.
Yeah, it's a real good price. And you have to either order $300 worth, or they're going to charge you $1,000. And we have already discussed how I know that. They did refund my money right away. There was no question about it. So if you want, you have to order it per square meter. It's going to come in a roll, and we just get however long the roll that we want. And as long as we can get $300 worth, I will order it. When you email me, send me your mailing address, and I will communicate with the guy this time a little better. I know the specific guy to ask. And I will find out what the shipping from England to here is. And then I will find out, you know, it obviously doesn't have much weight. I'll find out what the shipping is to ship it to you. And okay, so just send me an email of how many linear meters that you actually want. And like I say, you're going to pay about $20 a meter. So
I mean, that's a no-brainer. I think everybody should get like a couple of meters, and that's going to last you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it'll last a long time. I mean, a meter is 3 feet wide. You know, so and however long you want it. I'm gonna get.
What do you use this for? What do you use this for?
You can mold parts. Let me switch back out of this, and I will go get you a part to show you. There we go. All right, hang on. Okay, why am I still sharing my screen? There we go. All right, let me get something. I'll show you.
Hey, Steve, I had to mute you because there's a lot of background noise. I don't know what's going on with your connection, Steve. So if you want to continue on and listen, unfortunately, I have to silence you.
Really, brother, huh?
He might be okay now. His video went really nuts, but it looks good now unless he's frozen.
He's back.
He might be frozen.
I think he was just trying to shut you up, Steve.
No, I think he's
yeah, I'm just.
I wouldn't try to shut anybody up.
I'm just kidding. Come on.
I know. Yeah, he has a bad connection. Yeah, he has a poor connection.
Yeah,
it might be, I don't know what's going on in Michigan, but he's getting bad internet. And then, hey, Lynn, thanks for coming in. We can't see you, but I know you're probably deliberately doing that so that you can stay connected. So thanks for coming in, Lynn.
Okay. Hey.
Good to hear you at least, Lynn.
Can you see me now?
Hey, Lynn, I saw a video, and I heard a laugh there, and I said, that's Lynn Burrell.
Oh, you betcha. I'm here.
You betcha.
Steve's back.
So, anyways,
No,
let's get back
it's
to
on.
Walter's question. Walter wants to know what can we do with this unidirectional carbon fiber. So let's maybe others might have questions too. The more we can get in to get us to $300, so we don't have to, we need to get to that threshold of $300.
Yeah.
So what can you make out of it? It's anything that has strength in one direction, like a spar. You can put it on the top of your spar, and all of a sudden your spar has an incredible amount of strength. Your wing is not gonna do this and maneuver no more. It's gonna stay straight, right? If you want to increase the torsion in a wing, especially if you have the foam wing, you can put this on a diagonal. Leading edge to trailing edge, leading edge to trailing edge, make a zigzag, and now it's stiff torsionally. If you make a wing that's, for example, one of those lost foam wings, and you want to increase the stiffness torsionally, I mean, it's pretty stiff as is, right? But if you cut a 1/16 strip of carbon fiber and put it on the top of the ribs, and put the cap strips on top of them and kind of sandwich it in between, man, you're gonna have such a stiff wing torsionally that you'll not believe how much stiffness it adds. Say you have a fuselage, a profile fuselage. You can laminate this on the left and on the right, a couple of little strips. Or maybe go zigzagging in there on the inside, and then glue your sides together so you don't see them at all. Now you have a fuselage that will not twist.
Years ago, when I first made my first I-beam wing kit, was the Cobra, the Woolly Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought Bob Hunt videos of building an I-beam wing by Werwidge.
Mm-hmm.
He cut strips of carbon fiber and glued it to the inner side of the trailing edge.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you saying that it makes it stronger this way as well?
Think about it. It's an I-beam wing, right?
Yeah.
So the stress goes against the top and the lower spar, right?
Right.
What's in between them stops it from squishing, right?
Yeah.
But the top and the bottom it's in tension, right? It's to be compressed or be pulled out. That's why he's doing that. And actually, if you use this material that we have right now, you're going to have a lighter I-beam spar.
How?
Because it's lighter. Billy was using the pre-preg stuff, the one that was already cured and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is not, which makes it lighter.
Because I've only tried to use carbon fiber once, and I sanded right through it and said, "Oh, never mind."
What did you use?
I tried to. I don't know what I tried to use. It was a long time ago.
You might have used carbon veil. Carbon
it might
veil.
Have been. It might have been.
Yeah. It doesn't really do much, and I mean it helps a little, but it's very thin. Carbon veil is.
It doesn't have any direction. It doesn't have any direction in the fiber or anything like that. It's just kind of a sponge for soaking up epoxy. So
Isn't veil sort of like soak span, like that kind of?
Yeah. It really is.
Kind of like but it's even a finer and a more coarse strand. You know what the carbon veil helps with, and it helps with one thing only. If you take your nail like this and you do it like that on your wing, right? You are not going to go through the wing, right? Because of those tiny short strands that kind of go in different directions. When your nail tries to do that on a surface, you're not gonna much. If you do it real hard, you're gonna make a
puncture it.
Yeah, but strength-wise, it does not add strength.
Matt Cohen uses it in place of silk span. And he's got a project that he's doing, and he's using it in place of silk span.
I saw it too. Yeah, I've seen that. But
Walter, you can also use this stuff for molding parts. This is one Train did for me, and this is that material, and what this is a battery holder. And you can see the two pieces of wood. They're cut at, I think he's got a 45 on, yeah, it's a 45 joint. And it's, I think it's 32nd inch balsa wood. And he glues those together. Well, he doesn't really glue them together, but he buys a piece of aluminum channel and he puts his release agent on it. And then he puts a piece of this on the bottom of the channel and up the side of the channel. And then he puts his balsa wood in there. And then he adds another layer of this on there. And then you add your finishing resin. And to tell you how strong this is a battery slider. Okay.
So like an aluminum channel.
It's like an aluminum channel, and your battery goes in there. It's just freaking hard.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but you can put a Thunder Power 6S battery on this thing and slide it forward and backwards, and it's not going to bend a bit. And so there's lots of little carbon parts that you could, composite parts you could make as well. You could probably do some firewalls. You could do all sorts of things with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can even put one layer in one direction, put another layer in opposite direction, 90 degrees. Now you have like a plywood made out of carbon fiber. If you want to make something like a very stiff firewall, for example, you use lightweight balsa, light plywood, and you put one layer in this direction, one in this direction, and that firewall is going to be super stiff and super hard.
It's going to work.
It's not gonna warp. No way that thing will ever warp.
Yeah, it'll warp. You gotta lay them up symmetrically. Try it.
Yeah, I had an old pattern ship. The formers were built like that, and they used balsa wood, and they put carbon on both sides.
That'll work.
Carbon here, and I never had any problem with anything warping, but
yeah,
I don't know why it would.
I guess if you prepare your surface, make sure that it's flat, you secure it, that it's not going to twist. Of course, I had a guy build an airplane, and he actually ruined the body. I don't know how, but when he, as Dennis said, I supplied 2 1/4-inch pieces of a fuselage. Well, his slid when he put a weight over it. And I told him, tape it together so it don't move, put a board over the top, and then wait forward. He did exactly that. When I went over his house and I saw the thing, the body had shifted. And I don't understand why, He did it the way I've been taught, the way I told him to do it, What I'm getting at is, I guess, if you're not careful, anything can happen. Like whoever made the comment, it'll warp. Maybe it can if it's not. If you don't babysit it for a while or set it up right.
The warping is mainly a problem if you have pre-preg, where the coefficient of thermal expansion of the carbon is less than that of the resin. So you heat it up to cook, and then when it cools, the resin shrinks and the part warps. When you make a layup for like on my landing gear, it has to be symmetrical. It's about 20 plies, I think. And if you get a 45 in there the wrong direction, then you come out with a pretzel.
Okay. So the layup is very important. I mean, the glue up is very important, Howard. The glue up.
It is for pre-preg. Now you're doing this whole thing at room temperature, so you can probably get away with it. In fact, with just 2 plies of pre-preg, like Paul Walker used that plus or minus 45 in his airplane that won the world champs in 1992. And that, we got away with it. The warping wasn't much. The rest of the structure overcame it.
All right.
I guess if you, you know, if you do it long enough, you're going to screw something up and find something out.
So
yeah, but yeah,
we need to order 20 meters, right, to meet the threshold of $300.
Yeah, that'd probably be about right.
So if 10 of us did 2 meters, then it'd be done. And as people in our audience, if you're listening, Jim showed his email earlier. You can get in contact with him at Stunt Flying. The ing is N, not ing. Stuntflying@gmail.com, and let him know. Here's his email. Let him know how much you want, and when he gets to that threshold where we're not going to have that $1,000 for shipping or processing, then we're golden. So I know there's some people out in the chat. There's Tom Rammel, Dan Winship, and Alexander III. Well, you're already in England.
Make PayPal, right?
Yeah, they do PayPal.
No, I mean you do PayPal, right?
We can send you the money to you, right?
Yeah, when I get the stuff, I'll add it all up, add your $100 shipping, and
now, wait a minute, you lost me there.
I'll send you your PayPal invoice.
Okay,
I do
PayPal,
I do Venmo, I do all them crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Jim,
so
you say it was about $20 per square meter. Is that right?
Yeah, that's probably about what it's going to work out at.
That's pretty darn close.
Is that including the shipping?
No, we don't know what the shipping is yet, because it's Good Friday, and you know there was nobody there. That I guess they all left early in England.
Yeah.
But I won't know. But I'll get all the details about it. And if you send me your email address, then I'll just do a distribution email and let everybody know, you know, what the shipping's going to be, and we can figure out kind of what it's going to cost. And
okay,
we'll
I'll
go
send
from
you something
there.
tomorrow. I want to order another handle anyway, so I'll just send you an email tomorrow.
Okay. Wayne has all the handles.
Yeah, I painted.
You won't let me have them no more. I give them away.
I painted. They're still 40. Are they still $40?
That's our contract price. So yeah, my brother gives them away for that.
Okay. Well, I'm on.
What kind of handles?
I sell them for $75, but I give a few away.
Well, then it's a carbon fiber handle with the clips hooked directly to the handle, and you add your own balsa wood to the handles on each side to make it the size you want. I'll show mine Monday night.
Neat.
I don't have another trip up and down those steps in my knees tonight, but
that's okay.
They're really nice, and I painted mine with automotive paint, and there you go. There it is right there. Mike's got it.
Let me make you big, Mike.
Make Mike big.
Yeah, I'm making Mike big, all right.
Well, he's big already, but
yeah,
good.
He's as big as I am. My suggestion would be do not paint it with automotive paint. It gets so darn slick that it's ridiculous. But that is one nice handle. I flew Tran's airplane on one, and I fell in love with the thing. I had to go buy one. So now I'm gonna have another, at least one more.
Yeah, this is going to be Sam's handle this year. After we get a few combat planes put together, I've got 2 of these. We're going to finish for Sam. They're a little bit small for my hand, just a hair. I think I could get away with it, but I got big Twinkie fingers.
Mike, if you take the boss off a minute, and I'll show you what to do. If you read the directions, you see that right there. You can, wear a mask, put your 5X suit on, whatever, get your Dremel, and you can relieve that a little bit. We put lots of material in there so that you can do that.
I remember you telling me that, Jim. But
It comes in the directions.
Yep, I got them. I got them right there. But I think I'm going to set both of these up for Sam. I'm going to.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to set them up for Samuel. These are going to be his handles because he really likes them because they're light and they fit his hand good just the way they are. So I'm not going to dork with them and make them.
Okay. Can you paint one and make it look like a pirate? Put some pirates on it?
No. No. No pirates, no sharks, none of that Florida stuff.
Skull and crossbones.
and there's
Jim is affectionately referring to Brodax. The last 2 years we were at Brodax, for Junkyard Wars. There's teams, and you have a team name and all this stuff. And the Florida guys, Jim and Rick Osborne and Bob Whitney and Dave Hallis and all them guys kidnapped Samuel, even though he was on my team filming for Junkyard. They would kidnap him and take them over. They all wore costumes. These guys, they were pirates one year, and then they were the Jaws guys one year. So Sam would disappear right in the middle of Junkyard Wars. And then he comes back dressed like a swashbuckling buccaneer with a sword and a pistol and a patch on his eye. And he's
no fun.
Sam was a little traitor at Brodax with those guys.
Yeah, but he had fun, and that's what
he did have fun. He had a good time.
And I have one thing to say about those handles. To get back a little bit on the subject is that the strap that the Jim is providing with them, the safety strap, it's really, really nice. It's about as good as I ever had.
It's a paracord. It's what they use on parachutes, and it's very soft, and it really doesn't bother your wrist any. Unless your airplane hits the ends of the lines, and then I promise you it will bother you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to ask me how?
Is this where I sneak in my snark on Mike and say, Jim, it looks like you tied his strap for him before you sent it to him. Is that right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was hoping for another surgeon knot demo tonight, but
yeah.
I don't know if we can talk my kid to that.
Yeah, Mike.
I'm never going to live that down. And Denny, I want you to know those handles were for Sam, not for me. So.
Okay. But Mike, I gotta go snarky on you. You know that.
Absolutely, and I don't have a problem.
We're for everybody.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the Smith Brothers thing,
Yeah,
Jim.
Life easy.
Hey, Mike, does this make you homesick?
What is this?
Two-Hearted. Yeah, I can get it down here now.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah, I can get Two-Hearted. I can get Bells. All that stuff is in the stores down here now. So
okay.
That was something that I used to have to bring back a couple of cases of for a buddy of mine that fell in love with Bells. I would always have to buy it up there and bring him back 2 cases every time I was home visiting Mom. But we can get it. We can get it at Kroger now. We got it at Kroger.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, Len Burrell is actually who inspired us Florida boys to start dressing up. One of the years we were there, he was wearing this Canadian hat. It was a hat like this, only it had these big moose ears hanging out.
Well, they always used to have a Mountie flying their airplane too. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Len Burrell. You better watch out. He's sneaky. When you're not looking, you're going to have a maple leaf stuck on your truck bumper when you're not paying attention.
You better believe it. I'm here. I hear you, Mike.
Nobody's
I'm not gone yet.
Nobody's sneakier than Howard's good buddy there.
Howard's pretty sneaky.
Oh man, what is that, Peter?
That's one of your typical Florida shirts.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Len, I'm pretty sure you gave my very young son at the time, who didn't know any better, some maple leaves to stick all over my SV22. I had him on my airplane too. In my bumper.
Oh.
Hey, I got a Canada sticker right here. It's ready to go on that new truck of yours, Mike. Don't you worry.
You put anything on my new truck, we're gonna have a problem. You better hide it where I never see it.
Stick it inside under the exhaust pipe or something.
Yeah, one of these days, Mike, you're gonna walk away with a sticker on your butt of maple leaf.
Hey, Sam still wears his Canadian flag shirt that you and Naomi gave him. He still
That's
rocks
awesome.
it. Yeah.
All right, good for him. That's
He
awesome.
He won't grow out of that for years because he's only this bigger.
That's why we gave him a big one.
Yeah, gonna fit him for a long time. Hey, I do have a question, which is kind of tool related anyway. Charles, can you make me big? So
you are big, man.
Okay, this is not model airplane tools, but it's tool related. Somebody put this in my mailbox yesterday, and I think probably because it fell off of somebody's bumper on their truck or tailgate, and they figured it must be Mike's. But this is the weirdest tool. Yeah, so it's a 5/16 24 die in there, right?
Nice.
And then it's got like this rough file part here.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then you got a 3/8, a 1/2 inch, and a 9/16 there. And then when you pop it out, you got this little die.
Wow.
But then you pop out the other little insert that's supposed to fit in here, and it's just round. It's a round plug that's supposed to go into this driver, right? Which is a ratcheting driver to go both ways. But why does this have a 5/16? Is this a specialized tool? What is this thing for?
That's to change the oil on your new truck.
No. Definitely not.
You're not buying that.
Tool, whatever it is, that's pretty neat.
Well, it's just curious, and this die does not come out. It's like it's in there.
I can't figure out what that has to do with
It's in there with a Allen bolt. But and it's got this little file thing. What would this be for? Why would you need to run a 5/16 whatever 24 through a die on this type of T-handled tool?
Well, obviously that nut that would turn with the wrenches there. The thread on the stud would probably be 5/16. So if you're taking that nut off and the threads get screwed up, or you got the die right there to cut the threads, to fix the threads, I think. That's my guess.
I mean, you got one choice, 5/16 24. This has to be specific to one.
Yeah, especially if that little round bit that's just a round stud or something.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Okay, so that's my question. What's the one thing you use this tool for? What do you use it for?
I don't know.
Probably fell off a Russian satellite.
It's driving me nuts, man. And like I said, this is like a file that's screwed on the top here.
Very cool.
So it's absolutely for cleaning up a thread and chasing a thread.
Yeah, it's really neat. Now, is there an logo on there? Maybe you can see if you can find that logo.
Well, there is. It's Bona, Bona.
I would just Google that.
Google.
I haven't. Well, I thought I'd put it to the brain trust here and see if any of you boys had your thinking caps on and could figure it out before I Googled it.
All right, our tools are a little bit smaller usually for the airplanes.
Well, I think it's a promotional item that you would buy at, like some tool place. I got this the other day. This is free from the City of St. Cloud Building Department.
Huh.
And
It's a level and a ruler.
Yep, it's a tape, not just a ruler. It's a tape. It's a tape measure.
Level. Tape measure. Very cool.
It has a
You got a
level.
flashlight in it too?
No flashlight, but it's got a little pin.
Oh, okay.
He did something.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So,
yeah, all I get is those ARP gifts. That's all I get. Those enticements. ARP.
You ain't old enough for AARP.
Hey, I know. That's why I get so insulted. I've been getting them since I was in my 50s. I'm like,
Okay, you know what that score, Mike?
Peter Googled it. What do you got, Peter?
What skateboards.
Skateboards.
That makes sense.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
It's the clean off. It's clean off your axles.
Right.
Yeah. Because you're probably gonna gnarl up the axles on your skateboard, which is a 5/16 24 that nut goes on. So it's to clean
I
that
just
up.
Googled it too.
Oh, that is cool.
That's it. Okay, now, all right. This makes even less sense because my daughter Emma has like 4 skateboards, and she rides skateboards out in front of the house all the time.
That's an $80 tool.
Are you kidding me?
It said $79.95.
No, $19. $19.
Oh, okay.
$19.
Okay.
Okay. Skateboard tool. So who the hell's leaving my daughter's skateboard tools in the mailbox?
Her
boyfriend. You old enough to have a boyfriend?
No, she's 10, man.
Oh, okay. That rules that
she's
out.
10.
Another 25 more years to go.
That is so weird, man. Okay, skateboard tool. All right, there we go.
Yeah, I had a friend who just texted me. He said, "Skateboard tool." And thanks,
Well, I knew I could have Googled it. I knew I could have Googled Bona and figured it out that way, but I saved this to share with you guys to see if
appreciate that,
anybody
Mike.
knew off the top of their head. I never would guess that skateboard. Yeah,
Let me
that's
do
a fun little bit of trivia there.
Let me do a little commercial. We have 20 current viewers right now. We have up to 18 likes. Thank you very much. I love that. We have 0 new members to our YouTube memberships, and we have 0 chat revenue. So please consider doing that. And if you're watching this as a replay, please hit the like button or the thumbs up, and consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell for all notifications. And don't forget our YouTube, you can hit the join button and for $4.99 a month, and that's gives you access to members only videos. And Sparky has a Q&A show once a month, and please consider supporting this, what we're doing. Thank you very much.
Take one-time revenues.
The one-time revenue is the super chat. Thanks for asking that question. Yeah, so if you in the chat box, not our chat box, Walter, but the chat box on YouTube, there's a big $sign in the bottom of the chat box. You hit that, and there's no minimum required, but you can do that. So please consider doing that. It helps things out.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. That's a great question because some people I want to talk about mostly is the subscription, but you're right. You can just do the super chat, and much appreciated.
The subscription is nice too. You know, that puts in $5 a month or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a subscriber. I subscribe. I subscribed before I even started hosting the show, and
now he gets it all back.
Oh, I hope it's not 1 month.
Get him, Walt. Get him.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm at a
New
contest.
60-size pipe motor.
I feel like I'm at a contest.
Why is that?
Because everybody's busting each other's chops.
Oh, you know what? That's what I tell people. When I invite people, I tell them it's a lot of fun. It's like being at a contest, but we're not flying planes.
Oh, yeah.
Just having
That's
fun.
right.
It's a lot
You
of
betcha.
fun. If it
It
wasn't
is.
fun, I wouldn't do this. I mean, I have so much fun, and I had fun before I hosted. When Rusty was doing it, I just came in and I just had a blast. I thought it was the funnest 2 or 3 hours, and then the after party is crazy. You know, so it's fun.
I have a question for Tryon.
Is he still here?
Tryon, you there?
Yeah, he's there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tryon,
Yes.
could I make landing gear frames out of that carbon fiber cloth?
It's not a cloth. It's unidirectional. Cloth is
Okay,
called.
that doesn't.
Is it the right material?
It's gonna be good for that.
But it would work out.
Okay, I have Wendy's
Couple
landing
layers.
gear mold.
You're probably better off served with like the rope kind of a unidirectional for that.
Toe.
If you
He used toe.
yeah,
Carbon
toe.
toe.
Yeah, I have toe. I have lots of toe.
Mhm.
Well, that would
Now
be
let
the
me
best
ask.
way.
Now let me ask you a question.
Wendy gave me a roll of toe. I have toe.
Yeah. So
Okay.
here's another trick. How thick is your landing gear? Does it have a thickness on the mold, or do you have a 2-part mold or something like that? How's
I've
your
only
mold?
got one part. I've got this. I don't know. I don't know if you can see my picture or not.
No, the mold.
Hang on, Howard. I'll show you in a second. Let me show Len Burrell's mold.
Okay.
I've got the mold in my hand.
I don't see it now. I saw it earlier, about 20 minutes ago.
No, that was
We have no picture, Len, from you.
Yeah, I don't even see a picture.
Yeah, see, my connection's so bad that I'm not getting my picture up usually. So I'll have to show you when there's less people on. Okay.
Yeah.
that was Howard.
Let me ask you a question, Len. Is that the same mold that Wendy was using when he was making his stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I know
Same
exactly
mold.
what you're talking about. So it's just a 1-part mold. Wendy was usually laying the stuff inside. They just let it cure with a piece of
Yeah, and then just
saran wrap on top of it.
Teflon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one, huh? Yeah, no. What I was thinking, maybe you can cheat a little bit to make a lighter landing gear. It's by having some kind of a core to it. So the idea is to use the unidirectional on the flat surfaces, and maybe put a piece of balsa wood in there, and then laminate with another piece of carbon unidirectional on the top of it, and on the leading edge and the trailing edge, put some toe in there.
It's only a 1/16 of an inch thick. There's no room for any of that.
Then put a 1/16 of an inch core to it.
Yeah, good idea.
The whole mold is only a 1/16 inch thick.
Yeah, that's
roughly.
fine. So, yeah, no big deal.
How about 1/32?
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
did on.
So the idea is that carbon is so strong. A couple of layers on the outside and on the inside is more than you need, and these layers are relatively thin, right? And you can put anything in between them. You can put a piece of foam. You can put a piece of, whatever, and you can make a very light landing gear like that.
And just squash it all together, basically.
That's 32nd inch also right there.
See, I don't know anything about molding. I've never molded anything in my life, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know anything about it.
How many layers?
I have all these molds, and I don't know anything about molding.
Jim over there. I don't remember. I think I just put 1 layer.
1 layer.
Yeah, that's all it needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me let Howard in. Howard has something he wants to show us.
Yeah.
Howard, take it away, Howard.
There's some landing gear I made. It's made out of pre-preg, unidirectional stuff. Mostly fibers going in the axis thing. Here's a mold for it. Actually, this is a mold for one with a pipe pump in it.
Wow.
And this is cooked in an oven with it's 250 or 350 degrees depending on the stuff, and it's vacuum bagged and pressurized. You can get it.
Yeah.
Wow, that landscape is beautiful.
Yeah, if you guys wanna understand what pre-preg is, it's a pre-preg. It's a some kind of composite material that has some kind of epoxy inside of it already. It's already impregnated, right?
Yeah,
But that epoxy is soft. It will not harden until you heat it up. So that's the idea. You just put the layers inside the mold, however layers in whatever orientation you want to have, and then you vacuum bag it so it's going to be stuck against the mold. And when you heat it up in an autoclave, an oven at some temperature that's designed for that pre-preg, the epoxy hardens, and so you don't have to mess with epoxy to put epoxy in your fibers or something like that. So that's
okay.
In a nutshell, that's what pre-preg is.
Thank you. I was curious about that.
I think you have to, when you vacuum bag, you have to vacuum. You have to have the vacuum in the oven as well, right?
You
Yes.
do for that stuff.
Yeah, and they I think they have some hoses that go through the wall and stuff like that. So your pump is on the outside, pulling the vacuum out and the stuff. It's I mean, it works fine if you have one of those autoclave ovens, but they're very, very expensive. So that's why I'm.
Howard's high class, man. He knows how to do it right.
Well,
you got an autoclave, Howard?
I only have atmospheric pressure here, but
come here.
I'm the old kitchen oven.
Kiss.
Okay. So you just use the kitchen oven for that, Howard?
Yeah, I was using it in the kitchen, but Mary Lynn decided that she needed another oven, so I took it for myself.
Do you run vacuum lines into that oven?
Yeah, just fuel tubing, silicone fuel tubing.
Okay.
My wife's made it very clear to me. Yeah. My wife's made it very clear to me I better not be post-curing anything in the oven.
Yeah.
Smart lady.
Yeah, I used to use a crock pot to clean engines. Of course, I don't use what my wife uses, but I have a crock pot that I use to clean engines.
If I would just think about it,
she wants it.
If I would just think about it, I'll be crucified.
Yeah.
So what I'm using, I don't use any pre-preg. I just use the plain fibers, and I kind of have one of the two. I either use the laminating epoxy to put stuff inside, or I use thin CA, depending on the application. Since we're talking about, I was just thinking how to give a better answer to anything. So, the unidirectional, if you think about your balsa wood, it goes in one direction, right? If anything with balsa wood, it goes in one direction. If you put the unidirectional in the same direction with your balsa wood, you'll stiffen it tremendously. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's just as simple as that. So if you have a spar that goes in that direction, like a 4-inch by 4-inch balsa wood, you can slap this unidirectional right on top of it, and you have like 8 times more strength plus the original one, so 9 times more strength by just adding one layer of this carbon fiber on it, which doesn't add almost any weight to the overall project. So
in the Yashenko wing, they have a relatively short spar in a Yashenko wing. It's a molded wing. And what they actually use is they use carbon tow from the center spar. And it goes out almost to the tip, not quite.
Okay.
And they let it spread out a little bit, so it gets a little diffused. You don't get a stress riser. But this stuff here will work just the same. You just,
it's even easier because it's already to the thickness. All you have to do is just cut the strip and taper it out. And once you wet the outer layer, you take the strip and you lay it inside, and with the roller, you just go right on top of it. It's going to soak it right through it, and bond it to the outer skin as super
Now,
thin.
didn't you rough up the edges on a spar? You know, on this unidirectional, you loosen up the weave at the on each side so that it. I thought I saw you do that.
No.
No, you just leave it there. Okay. Yeah,
I just lay it on and I hit it with thin CA if I'm in a hurry. I just lay it on with 3M77. You cut the strips, you put them on you spray some 3M77, and it's like a scotch tape, right? And you're just gonna lay it right on top of a spar, exactly in position that you need it, right? And after that, you can do one of the two things. You either use epoxy, and I prefer this laminated epoxy because it's very, very fluid. It gets into nicks and crannies and stuff like that,
right.
And it soaks through very easily. Or I just use thin CA. So if I had a wing, for example, and you have typically we have the 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch balsa spars, right? And I have the sheeting that comes on top of it. I would do with 3M77 this unidirectional right on top of the spar, put the sheeting on, and hit it with stain CA because you're going to glue the sheeting, the top, the bottom, and you're going to soak in through the carbon as well. And that alone, if you look at the numbers for the strength, at normal operating, it's not the ultimate tensile strength because that's where it breaks, right? But it's the normal strength, right? The maximum normal strength. On the maximum normal strength, it's equivalent of having a 2-inch tall piece of balsa with a width of whatever you have in there. So let me draw a picture here so quickly. Let me see if I can.
What would you do? Like about a 3/4 inch wide strip, and do you taper it towards the tip?
Yeah, that's great. That will work great. Now think about this, Jim. Say you have this. Say you have a balsa spar. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Say this is a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. So I'm adding this little piece of carbon right here on top of it. Just one layer. The equivalent of this is whatever the width is here, right? If you go 2 inches tall, okay? So this is 2 inches, right? Of whatever profile you have here, right?
No, I get it next time.
So if you have, like Jimmy said, so you said 3/4, all right?
Yeah.
Say you have a 3/4. Say you have a 3/4 piece of balsa. There's 3/4 over here, 2 inches tall. Taper to the tip to whatever size you're gonna have. Let's say 1/2 inch, right?
Right.
Right. And that block of balsa is the equivalent of the extra strength that this little guy is giving you.
Yeah.
For almost no weight whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's like say you have a twister wing, right? The twister wing is like this. It has a 1/4 inch top, 1/4 inch on the bottom, right? And you have the ribs, right?
Right.
Something like that. Okay.
Right.
If you just add the carbon fiber strip on top and bottom, would be equivalent of this. Another block like this.
Yeah.
Right. So this is 2 inches tall. This is 2 inches tall. I mean,
call
how
that,
strong is that?
That's overbuilding.
Yeah, with no weight penalty, you're overbuilding.
Yeah.
Almost no weight penalty, exactly. And you can do this anywhere. You can put this on the top of your cap strips.
Yeah.
So you can put it here. You can put it if you have like the sheeting. You can put it in between the sheeting and that, right? If you have cap strips here, and you think like the back of the ribs are gonna be kind of weak, just put a little strip right in between them, right?
Yeah.
So
it's like I can see where you'd put it where your lucky boxes are, depending on how you do your lucky boxes. Bob Hunt, he uses it down the length of his fuselage as well, which is another really good application. Exactly.
It has so many applications that it's I mean, the applications are endless, pretty much. And the thing is, like, you do not add weight or a tremendous amount of weight by doing that. Because
Hey, just
itself,
we're already up to 8 meters of that material.
Mm.
I know none of you said anything yet, but it's just
Jim. Jim, I want 5. I want 5 meters of this stuff.
Send me an email with your address.
Okay,
I'll do that. I'm gonna email you too, Jim.
Yeah, that's
I want
fine.
5 as well, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
5 as well.
oh, good. We'll get to 20.
All right. Well, y'all
And
just
Jim, I also want. I think I also want 5 meters of a 200 grams plain wave. I think it's 210. Plain wave carbon fiber cloth. And I'm gonna get another 3 meters of that.
Okay. Well,
Let me interrupt you guys. Ed, hey Ed, how you doing? And Steve, what we're talking about is we try to meet this threshold of a $300 order of unidirectional carbon fiber from a company called Easy Composites. And Jim had his email address up earlier. It's Stunt Flying.
He just bought it.
Okay.
Did you have to pay extra, Steve, or it was just normal purchase?
Yeah, it was just a normal purchase with shipping and everything. It was like $75 for 2 meters.
Where'd you get that at?
Same place.
Yeah, well,
Jim has some issues with them. They told him that unless he buys $300 worth of stuff, they will not have. They will charge him so much money for the export import. Bullshit that they have
$1,000, Steve. 1,000.
15. Remember, that's pounds. That's
what I said. I had $30 in the material, I think it was, and it came to $75. I thought they charged me VAT tax or something, but yeah, it was 70. I don't know, 79, almost $80 for this for 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're lucky.
Shipping is what bites you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shipping. Yeah, and that was because of COVID. They had a hard time shipping it or whatever,
Well, they've changed their policy because, with COVID, doing all the export paperwork and dealing with all this extra bull crap they got to deal with right now. If you don't order at least $300, they're going to take 1,000 pounds. And when I ordered, I ordered like 3 meters, and the guy was telling me that I talked to that, don't worry about it. There's no VAT. There's nothing like that. And then I got an email back after I'd already paid them, and they hit my account up for $1,500 because it's $1,000 if you don't buy at least 300 now.
I ordered mine September, something like that. By the time I went through the whole rigmarole, I got it just before Christmas.
Yeah, you might have beat it because I think it's something they just changed because the guy I first talked to, he didn't think there would be, I could order whatever quantity I wanted, and that's why I ordered it. But then the manager of the joint came on, and he said, no. I said, well, listen, man, I ain't paying $1,000. I ain't paying $1,500, for
it seems kind of stupid. It's like you got to order $300 worth, or we're going to charge you $300. I mean, why in the hell would they?
You got to order $300, and then to charge you $1,500.
Yeah, I mean that's stupid. I mean, it'd be like it should be a minimum order of $300, plain and simple.
What it is, well, that's what it is now. You got to order at least 300. Yeah, I mean they should just get rid of that whole $1,000 or 1,000 pound thing. I agree, but it is what it is. They give me my money back, so I was trying to get a bigger order together.
Yeah, I just, I haven't even used it yet. I got that from them, and I got this stuff from them, and this was no problem.
What was that?
Pardon me?
What is that in that tube?
It's called CF-Pro PL90.
Well, my understanding, anything that is carbon, you could have a problem with exporting.
This was no problem. I ordered both of them at the same time. I got this one within days. It's probably like 6 days I got it. And it was all the problem with that unidirectional, because that has some kind of import ban on it. And you have to file with the United States government, see what it's for. You have to fill out the form and all that.
Yeah.
And it was that one that I had all the problems with.
Okay. Well, that's the one we want.
Yeah. Well, this is good. Like this here for, if you want to reinforce.
Is that just a twill weave or something like that?
Yes, I guess this would be directional. It goes at 90. I don't know. But on the inside of the fuselage, if you got to stiffen something, if you want to just add some extra strength, you can just use a little bit of it. It's really strong. It works well. So,
hey guys, let me cut in here. It's about 9:01 out here in the West Coast, or the best coast, and the live stream, and we're going to start the after party. But I want to thank everybody.
I got a question for you in a second.
For who?
For Tryon. He's waving. He was leaving while you were talking, and I wanted him to wait till you were done.
All right. Let me just finish real quick. All right. So anyways, we had at the top of our view count, I think we had, looks like the top is around 21 viewers. Of course, we're going to have a lot of replays. So I want to encourage you to, if you haven't hit the like button, please. And if you watch this as a replay, please hit the like button. Join our YouTube memberships for $4.99 a month. And don't forget that we do this every Monday and Friday, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're watching this as a replay and you want to come in here live, make a note of the time. It's every Monday and Friday. And please come back and join us. And we look forward to getting together again next Monday. So go out there and have some fun. And happy Easter, everyone. This is Good Friday. And I want to see you guys come back here Monday with something else to share. And we'll have another great show. Thank you very much for coming in. And we're going to go into the after party. So let me hit this here button here. Okay. Stop the live stream. Oh, Combat Kid, you got your personalized